In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get perfect exposure every time using something as cheap as this £10 grey card from Amazon. For those that don't know what this is, you might have heard it being called something like a middle grey card or 18% grey card. And what it essentially is, it's a certain shade of grey that is exactly between pure black and pure white. For this video, I'm going to be using my Sony FX3, but the fundamentals will be the same on any brand of camera. Now we're going to be exposing our shot using zebras. For those who are not familiar with zebras, a brief description of them is that they are basically an indicator of how each part of the shot is exposed. For middle grey for SLOG3, which is what I'm shooting in today, the zebras need to be set at 41%. So if I dive into the menu now, come down to the exposure color tab, come across and navigate down to where it says zebra display. Come across, and what we want to do is we want to turn the zebra display to on. Now if we come down to zebra level, it will bring us into the custom mode. Now what we want to do is we want to set a custom range, and we want standard and range, and what we want to do is come across and set that to 41%, plus or minus 1, and that will set our zebras up for our SLOG3 profile at 41%. Now if we come back out of the menu, come back to our main screen, we'll have our zebras set up at 41%, so anything that's exposed at 41% on the screen will now be shown in our zebras. So let's make sure our zebras are turned on. So as you can see, the shot is underexposed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be exposing it with the aperture today. So I'm going to be opening up the aperture to brighten it up, as you can see. And what we want to do, keep brightening it up until we see, there we go, until we see the zebras appear on the middle grey card. Now what that tells us is our middle grey card is now sitting at 41% IRE, which is the correct exposure for SLOG3. So if we now look at the footage, you can clearly see that once it's graded, we have a perfectly exposed shot. And that is it. That is how to get perfect exposure using a £10 grey card from Amazon.